My name's Al Zabalaki. I'm the vocalist for Blood of Another. I first joined this band with the guitarist Brando Zika.
Alright, Brando Zika, I play rhythm guitar and do backup vocals for Blood of Another. Alright, I got started off in Blood of Another back in high school when it was me, Al, and our original drummer, and Weston, who was originally on guitar. So, I mean, we were playing in high school and just pretty much playing whatever music we wanted to be hearing, not so much what we thought people really wanted to hear.
My name's Jerome Marshall. I play lead guitar or guitars for Blood of Another, as you can see. Yeah, you know, basically I've been in the band for almost 3 years now. Come December, I don't know, I think it was like late December pretty much. And yeah, it's one of the best fucking bands I've ever been in before. And I've been in a lot of bands, especially out in the suburbs, which is really weird because I met these guys through our original bassist who I went to college with.
My name is Weston Blaha. I play bass in Blood of Another. We recruited Jerome when I left for school. I used to play guitar back in the day, and then Jerome took over guitar, and then I came back from school and played bass. That's about it. So that's how. And then Dave came in when we needed a drummer.
Hi, I'm Dave. I play drums in Blood of Another. I ended up running into Jerome at a party out in Aurora. This other guy, Jim, from this death metal band called Cardiac Arrest. He has parties every now and then. You know, a bunch of metal people get all crazy and drink. And, you know, Jerome was there, was telling me about his band and knew that I played drums for my previous band that had broken up last year in October. Or the year before, I don't even remember. But, yeah, so he knew me from my previous band, and so he, you know, asked me.
There's not a lot of bands from Chicago that represent as much as, like, I think that we have the potential to represent, or that we are representing right now in Chicago. So, you know, like, for one, you know, we represent the Shy, but for two, and actually, like, for everything, we represent metal and, like, just, like, brutality. That's what it's all about, you know?
Chicago metal scene, it seems to be pretty good for the most part. There's a lot of good, decent bands from around here. A lot of them suck too, but I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't answer this one because I'm
No, I mean, the Chicago metal scene is it's awesome. I mean, there's a lot of good people, a lot of good bands, and a lot of cool venues to play.
The Chicago metal scene is going in two different directions, in my opinion. You have one scene that's metal and another scene that's hardcore, that's trying to blend together with metal. Because when you go to shows now, it's not just all metal bands. It's going to be some metal bands and hardcore bands, and there's a huge clash. And it's got to be two set. It's just got to split up. Because metalheads and hardcore kids do not get along, and that's just the bottom line.
Alright, well, the Chicago metal scene is pretty interesting compared to, you know, more rural areas and everything like that. A lot of good bands that come out of Chicago, so we have a lot of competition. And, you know, you go to a metal show and you know right away that probably 50, 60, 70% of the people that are there aren't just fans, that they're in bands. And you gotta be able to understand that you have a lot of competition coming out of Chicago. There's a lot of people in bands, and that really kind of lets you know that you need to be on top of your game and everything. And that's what all of us know. I mean, we don't just go to a show and go and thrash around and collect a bunch of bruises in like the mosh pit and everything. Like, I mean, obviously sometimes we do, but a lot of the times we're just kind of spectating and seeing what they're doing and what we're not doing, or what we're doing that we're not seeing anybody else really being interested in. So, I mean, it's just kind of like spectating, I guess.
There's a lot of influences within the band. You know, a lot of the Scandinavian scene, death metal, black metal, Swedish melodic death metal.
Opeth, At the Gates, Into Eternity, Iron Maiden, Megadeth, all the old classic, Randy Rhoads, everybody like that, Zakk Wylde.
I look up to virtuosos like Satriani, Steve Vai, John Petrucci, and Dream Theater, the Black Dahlia Murder.
They're good as shit. Just, you know, like Arch Enemy and In Flames and Soilwork, whatever bands you can think of that are really harmonic and everything like that.
A lot of old school traditional metal. So, you know, a lot of the At the Gates type guitar playing, you know, a lot of the heavy Lamb of God riffs and, you know, stuff like that, as well as a lot of blast beats through a lot of our black metal influences. We try to kind of mix all that up in there.
As a kid growing up, we're always Metallica, even Rage Against the Machine. Right now, I listen to a lot of Deicide, a lot of death metal, a lot of Swedish metal, and it's all being incorporated into our band. And I listen to a lot of Dying Fetus. I've seen a million bands. The first show I ever saw was Pantera and Morbid Angel. I'll never forget that show, because I look back now differently than I do then, because after Dimebag died, I appreciated that show more than I ever have. And now I just look forward with the band and the music I listen to and the shows that I see.